MakeUPbyKiani. Today's video is going to be a next installment to my fall tutorials. I wanted to bring you guys back over to the cool side, kind of in the mind of maybe like fall berries. I think I've done this look kind of similarly in years past. I will leave some of my other fall inspired videos in the description box for your viewing pleasure. But for this time, I want to definitely make sure that I played with the Anastasia of Beverly Hills palette because I think it's such an amazing transitional palette. Not to mention, it's one of those palettes that's going to be a part of Anastasia's permanent line, which means you can get it any time of the year. I also wanted to pair it with amazing flawless skin, a beautiful nude ash mauve lip, and of course, honey, all of this hair. So if you want to see how I created this fall inspired tutorial, just keep on watching. Alright guys, let's get started. Let's get rid of these dark circles, but first I need to take care of my skin. I'm going to use my Idealist. This is the Skin Refinisher by Estee Lauder. It's an amazing primer, also an exfoliator, and it also over time minimizes pore size. So yes, I'm going to exfoliate really well right now, right before I go into my advanced night repair. Now don't be disturbed by the name. It does say night, but during the day we do need hydration as well as protection. So I'm going to use it during the day as well, bringing it down the neck to make sure I protect that skin. Now I need some hydration. I'm going to go into my Revitalizing Supreme Plus. This is my new favorite moisturizer by Estee Lauder. It gives me so much hydration. Now let's play in the makeup. Let's move into my BenNye Media Pro palette, and I am going to customize a color corrector. So I'm using the darkest orange and kind of a taupey shade, and I'm just going to create the perfect shade of color corrector to remove these dark circles, honey, because you don't need to see them. They're unnecessary. Next, I'm going to shake up my Estee Lauder Double Wear Bronze Foundation and put it on top of one of my crown brushes. And I'm just going to tap this in just like a beauty blender. And I'm just going to blend this foundation out. Keep tapping until it's dry and you have the coverage that you want. Next, let's move into, again, another one of my favorite concealers slash highlights. And I'm going to mix it in with my Advanced Night Repair. This is the Kevyn Aucoin Sensuous Skin Enhancer. You guys, this technique is absolutely amazing. I'm just going to blend that in with a damp beauty blender. Tap until you have the product exactly placed where you want it. And I'm really not going to pick the product up and remove it. I'm just really pressing it into that foundation so there's no lines of demarcation. Continue to press. Now let's go ahead and set underneath the eye area only. Everything else we're going to set it somewhere with something different. But right now I'm just going to set underneath the eye area again with that damp beauty blender. And now I am going to contour. I am going to contour to the guys. So first I'm actually putting the streaks on my face just to kind of mark my territory. Can you see what I'm doing? And I'm just putting that where I need it, making sure that my cheeks are going to be even, and then let's blend. Honey, your arm should hurt by the time this blend is done. And I am going to re-enhance that contour with my MAC Studio Finish Powder, and this is the shade SW50. It's one of my favorite bronzing techniques to use a face powder as a bronzer. It doesn't have any shimmer, and it lasts a long time. And ooh, girl, yes, we got to take a pause break to get that kiss, honey. Yes, get that sugar. Now let's back to the beat. Let's go ahead and clean up this contour, and you see again I'm going back in with that damp beauty blender, not using anything too specific. I am just really going to go in and re-emphasize that contour. Now I am actually going to set my face with my Chanel powder, and this is that infamous GO brush by Morphe, one of my favorite brushes. And let's take a coffee break because I'm about to start on the brows, and honey, we all need a drink before we do that. I'm grabbing my Anastasia of Beverly Hills Dipbrow Pomade in the shade Chocolate, and I'm just going to create my perfect brow for today, making sure that they do look like identical sisters, not distant cousins. Now let's move into another Anastasia palette. I'm going to mix my Tempura and the Golden Ochre, and just going to blend that all across my eyelid. And then I'm going to tap into the Golden Ochre and Burnt Orange, and just going to put that right into my crease. And again, this is going to be one of my favorite palettes. This is the Modern Renaissance palette, and I am using a Sigma E35 brush and just continues to blend. Next, I'm going into that shade Raw Sienna and Burnt Orange, and just going to continue to blend in the contour area. Using that shade Antique Bronze. It's beautiful with the 217 brush, you guys, because it does create a little bit more life to those brown shades that you play with in that palette. But now I'm going to grab this Esom brush, you guys, and I am going to tap into that Venetian Red. And honey, this color right here is everything. Who would have thought putting a red around the eye would make us look anything less than fabulous. But do you see how that Eastern brush is dragging that color out, and it allows me to sweep that product without pulling it everywhere? There's really not any fallout, and I can just continue to wrap it very, very precise. This brush is by Muse Beauty Pro and Eastern, and it is spectacular. Now let's go ahead and buff out the harsh lines. I'm going to tap in between that, you know what, that's the Bouillon Fresco and the Red Garb, which is that orange, and blend out. And then I'm going to enhance a little bit more with that beautiful plummy red shade called Love Letter. And look at that Eastern brush work, you guys. Like, it is life. It is probably one of my favorite new brushes. And then I'm going into the Cypress Umber shade. It's a beautiful chocolate brown, and just really going to enhance right there on the edges, and that's what it should look like. Leaving that lid space open, because now I'm going to go into my Chanel. This is the Illusion Cream, and it really does look like glitter without any fallout, and it comes in so many different shades. I currently have 2 of them, and I am completely obsessed, because you guys know every girl should have glitter, and if it's not glitter, it should still sparkle during the day. And make sure once you apply down anything that's really creamy that you don't disturb your powder, because that's how you get that amazing transitional shades. You just want to see from texture to texture, from hue to hue, and make sure all the products get a chance to show. Now I'm just going to dust off any fallout, which, like I said, there's very, very little with this palette. And I'm going to use my Estee Lauder Double Wear Ochre eyeliner. It's a very dry, long wear eyeliner, so it even works on my waterline, even when my eyes are tearing up. Next, I'm just going to put the tiniest of wing using a liquid liner. And this is by NYX, and I believe this is the, it's not the matte one, it's one that has the reflex in it. Now I'm going to use my Estee Lauder Waterproof Sumptuous Extreme Mascara. Again, another one of my favorite products by Estee Lauder. And I'm just going to lay that mascara on thick to give my lashes something to bond onto. And boop, there we have lashes. Now let's go into this Rose d'Oro by Milani. Yay! A drugstore product. I know you guys like it. I know. Now I'm going to pull out my Jafra. This is a highlighting palette by Jafra. I've had this palette about 3 years, and you know, it's just everything. Let's spray my face with my Mario Badescu setting spray, and I'm going to press all of these products in to make it look like second skin. Ta-da! Makeup magic. And you know what? Let's just go ahead and highlight once more, because one time is not enough. Spritz my brush, go back into that Jafra highlight. Oh yes, girl, make that skin glow. Now let's move into my Tender Beige. This is a lip stain by Chanel. It is probably the best color on the market right now for any complexion. And girl, what is she doing, honey? She putting on a satin cap so she can throw on this wig, honey. Take out this leave out and blend all that hair in. Get it together, Kiani. Put on your baubles of pearls. Big, honey. Yes, we're going for big and bold for fall. Now, don't forget that lower lash line. I love to do that after I've sprayed my face so it does not smear. And now I'm just going to go back on top with my Real Her lipstick, and this shade is called I Define Beauty Myself, and you know what? You should too. And there you have, guys, the finalized look. I'm hoping you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you comment down below on any other fall combinations that you would like to see for fall. Make sure that you don't have any other places that you need to dust off. Make sure you subscribe to my channel before you leave. Until next time, guys, thanks so much for watching. Hugs and kisses. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.